Good evening, YouTube friends and families. Today is Monday, October the don't remember, but it's Teachers Planning Day, October the 17th. How you go? There you go, October 17th. So I had cameraman here to help today, so I got some planting done. We started planting this fall garden. And I'm not done. I still got work to do, but I finally did some stuff I've been putting off, some cleaning up. I did plant, definitely, and I'm going to show you where and how or whatever. I planted golden beets. I planted some bunching onions, a few of those. I planted Swiss chard, rainbow chard. I planted green glazed collard greens. Hope those are the right ones. I am going to plant that. Did not today. I'm going to plant that. Did not today. Oh, I planted dwarf blue collards. Kale. Dwarf blue curl kale. I don't think I got around to the spinach. I did plant some spinach, not that one. I planted my favorite kohlrabi, early white Vienna kohlrabi. I planted cabbage, broccoli. I planted some tatsoi for the first time. New Orleans gardeners seem to like that. I say I'll give it a try. I planted red beets. These are the Walmart seeds, and they did pretty good when I planted the others. I planted a little cilantro, even though it's not our season. Our herbs bolt so bad in the sun here in Zone 9A that I say I'm going to give it a try when it's cool. And I'm going to plant this other stuff another day. So, let's go out to the garden. This monstera, I'm going to get rid of it. I am really going to get rid of it. So I did clean this up. This is the calamondins. So I cleaned the pots out. They are not dead. I promise you they are not dead. If you still see green in there, they are not dead. Those things will come on back. They had got wrapped in some kind of a vine. So we dumped all of the salad. I call this my salad bar. So I will share this with you. If you have a space that you can do this with and you can't bend and weed and things like that. So I've shared it before. I have bricks. No tools, no tools needed. 6 cinder blocks. I have 2x4s. And I just sit the trays onto the 2x4s. So that is an easy, no muss, no fuss method of getting you a little salad bar bed. So here are the trays. I drilled holes in them, which I probably need to drill bigger holes. And then I'm going to do all my salad greens, my lettuces and things like that. I am still going to clean that out and put more lettuces and spinaches. So here, I did in this bed, and this is kind of a journal for me too, so I don't forget. I did broccoli, 2 rows of broccoli. I did the cabbage, 2 rows of that, tatsoi, and red beets. And I think I did spinach and forgot to put a tag there. But I did lay it out and had the cameraman take a picture. These are dinosaur kale that was already here. These are peppers that were already here. I am not pulling peppers that are still producing. Why not? Why? And then I have asparagus. Asparagus is a permanent thing. You just cut it back and it comes again on a crown. So I got my asparagus. These carrots are still here. Something's gnawing at them. They're small. So I'm probably going to eventually pull them all and take them throw them to the turtles. Look at this beautiful marigold. No attention whatsoever, and look at it. It's still here with the onions. So we got those onions from Walmart for $1.50. They're still doing their thing. I had this chive. I have had this chive about 2 or 3 years. So I moved it over here just to keep it, because nothing's wrong with it. Sometimes I forget it's out here. And apparently 2 onions snuck over here, so I'm letting those stay. I didn't plant anything here today, so I still got to plant this bed. I did pull off all the dead leaves off of this thing. What is this thing? I forgot. Y'all know what it is. If you remember, drop it in the comments below. But it's like the, oh gosh, I'm having a fit. I can't remember, but you know what it is if you watch my videos. I forgot. Oh goodness, I'm having a moment. So, before the storm, I pulled back all the tomatoes that were in this bucket. So I cut the tops of them off, the healthy looking tops. And you know what? I stuck them in the dirt. And it hadn't even been raining, and they're still alive. I stuck them in the dirt. So this is the only one that didn't do well. But everything else is still alive. And this has been, what, 2 weeks since the storm hit? I just stuck them in the dirt. And you know what? It's hot enough. I still didn't get enough off them tomatoes to satisfy me. And they were delicious, the 1 or 2 I did. So I said, I'm going to give it a try for now. I may change that later. But for now, I'm going to keep those out here. So here in these buckets, I put the kohlrabi and golden beets. So I put kohlrabis in the center, golden beets around the edge, and I'm going to make, thin them out as they grow. But I wasn't just dropping a bunch of seeds this time. I'm holding on to my seeds. So back here, these peppers are still producing. Look at all them. Look at all them. I'm not pulling this stuff up if it's still producing. I'm not. I'm just going to let it go. So the ones that weren't, I did pull those up. I did pull this mortgage lifter tomato. I will never grow those again. And in these, I put beets around the edge and kohlrabi in the middle. So all of these buckets have beets and kohlrabi. So that's 4 more buckets. I refilled this. Okay, so I brought it back up to standards. What I did in these is I had lettuce and banana peels and eggshells and coffee grounds and things like that, and I put it about at that level where my foot is. So I put that because that was all the dirt that was left in. So first I put that in, and then I filled it back with topsoil, and I put some feed in there, some shaken feed. So I planted the green glazed collard greens in 2 corners. So I planted over here and over here. Then I planted a seed tape with carrots. That's what that is. Just about 4 carrots. I put some bunching onions, and I planted this whole side with Swiss chard. So as the rainbow Swiss chard. So as it grows, I'll thin that out. So in this one, I put the four corners. Ooh, excuse me, 4 corners with the green glazed collards. Okay, and then in the inside, I put, I forgot. Oh, the kale, the dwarf kale, and some marigolds, some tangerine marigolds, and some of the bunching onions, I believe. So as it come up, we'll see. I did not do anything with this yet. I just took the cage out, took down all the beans, and just letting it sit here. I did pull some potatoes, because the sweet potatoes had jumped from here to there, or either I planted one there, and I pulled 4 sweet potatoes out. They were kind of long. They were about as long as my hand, and they were kind of thin, but they can still be eaten. And then I didn't do anything with this just yet. I'm going to plant in there too. Now, I have been saying that I lost my avocado tree. Didn't want to come out here and face it. But come to find out, the avocado tree had just bent over. It's still here. It's still alive. It had just bent over. So now, I stood it back up, and we still got our bacon avocado. So I suffered no damage from the storm. Let's see. We have these big old Ponderosa lemons. I'm trying to let them turn yellow on the tree because they will taste better that way. And the tree is loaded with the Ponderosa lemon. So we got that going. We still got all these peppers going. All the trees are still intact. And we got some celery over here. So that celery is still going. So I'm probably going to thin it out so that I have actual viable celery. So I can take like 1 or 2 out in the middle. And maybe it'll grow a little bit better. So we're done with that in the backyard. Let's check out the trees. So now I did figure out how my other trees were spared from the storm. I am thinking, since they're between the houses, that probably took a little bit of the wind pressure away, basically barricaded a little bit, of the winds from taking it down. So we'll see. It worked this time, so hopefully it'll continue to work. So on the chore list, let's get the chore list and what we did today. So I didn't do this. I haven't mulched around these trees yet. This is still struggling. It's going to stay on the struggle bus probably until next year. Don't know. I probably just need to spray it with some dormant spray and see what happens. The peach tree that will never peach. Well, we're not going to say that. Back up. The peach tree that hasn't peached, I really want to take prune this. So I got to put that on the list. But I hate to prune it without giving the stalks to somebody so they can try to grow a peach tree. So that's on the agenda. Maybe I'll post in a group to see if anybody wants them. Before the storm, and I hate that I didn't do that harvest, I picked all 12 of these off because I didn't want them to blow off. So I picked all of the persimmons off before the storm. And it did what it needed to do this year. So we giving that a thumbs up. And again, I think I'm allergic to them, but I can eat 1 or 2, just not a whole bunch. And then the orange tree didn't give me any oranges, but it's here. And I'm going to spray it with some dormant spray or some bug spray to kind of protect it over the winter. And the Meyer lemon is doing just fine. So all of that is doing fine. Then I am letting the motherland okra go to seed. So I've already emptied 5 seed pods, gave away some seeds. So I am being generous with the motherland okra because it is a very tasty okra and it is not slimy. So a lot of people will like that okra over the other. Shampoo ginger did not give me any stalks this year, any like shampoo pods this year, but that's fine. I'll wait till next year. For the fall, I cut this back every year. I'll cut it back to train it up and keep it low because you don't want it tall as the house and they can grow that way. So I do cut that back. I just fertilized. I put some azalea fertilizer on all the flowers today. I did drop that and I'm hoping it rains. We're waiting on that to happen. But so I took the hibiscus down. Just like I say, I'm going to prune this one. The hibiscus that's inside here, I took it down because it was dead and making it look awful. And then these are still doing it. And that even has a bud on it. So, but this one, I took the mandevilla or whatever it is. I took that off. So it's all is a stick right now because I took it off because it's it was raw, it was dead and dry. It was in a spot where it wasn't getting any rain. So, and I took down the hibiscus. So this was the spring DIY, and it's still doing it. I'm just basically winterizing it for the fall. And then I also put some azalea food, just because that's flower food, and go ahead and feed it over the winter. This is struggling, so I pulled all the dead out and just made it look better. Since it is, you know, in front of the house, this has to be cut back. So my intention is, this is another hibiscus that I've been had a long time. My intention is to bonsai these hedges, these old hedges that won't do anything. So I am going to try to bonsai them myself. So we're going to see how that works out. I pulled all of the dead stuff out of here. So it's basically was a winterize your yard day. I pulled some dead stuff out of here, but I still got to pull this out. Duh. Forgot that, but I'll clean that up at some point in time. We pulled weeds today. Look at that lemon balm. Look at that bee doing his work. Oh, my finger's in the way. Look at the bee doing his work. So beautiful. They come here every day. The smell just draws them in, and they do so well. Now you see these? So pretty. These are the ones I grew from seed. I grew marigolds from seeds, and they are so pretty. So I'm probably going to add some more marigold seeds to that. This needs to be treated. My blueberry bush looks like it has rust or some kind of illness. And I did buy that organic stuff that I caught from Walmart. So I'm going to treat it this week. I'm going to treat everything and see if that helps. And even this one, it's almost down to nothing. It only has one green limb left. But I did cut back the lemon balms and pull off some of the dead leaves. But look at all that on the ground. That's all seeds. I am going to have an issue come next year. This whole front yard is going to be covered in lemon balm because some of that is seeds mixed in. It's invasive, I guess. And here you can see the cilantro's coming back on its own. That's why I said, let me plant some cilantro. Maybe I'll have a good, good result with it. Then, part of my winterization, I'm going to have to spray that too and feed it. But here, I cut back all the rose bush. It's this vine that invades it, and I just cut it all off. I cut it all the way down when it starts looking crazy. It was growing into the street. It was growing onto the side, onto the driveway. So I just took it on down for the fall. And there, look at that bee. He is so busy. It's 2 or 3 of them out here. So busy. So busy. So, the grass. I pulled a few weeds out of the grass. I put down some weed and feed in the grass because we're supposed to get 2 days of rain. So hopefully that happens. If not, I'll hit the sprinklers in the morning. But yeah, I put down weed and feed. And now it looked like somebody took. That looked like the lemon balm that's full of seeds over here. And see, that's how it gets invasive. This is how it goes crazy. Yep, that's the lemon balm, and it fell over here to drop seeds. But yeah, so this is the grass. It's doing fine. I have not cut it at all yet, so it's pretty established. I'm going to get one more cut in before the season is over, and I will go ahead and let them cut it, and I'm going to pick a day that it's going to rain. Try to get him over here before it rains. But yeah, it's some weeds in it. I'm going to have to hire a good weed company and keep this, because I'm not going to keep doing this every year. I refuse to. So I do hope you learned something from this video. I hope if you were wondering what to plant, you figured it out now. And thank you so much for watching. Get those yards ready for fall, y'all. It's time to get them ready for fall. In fact, I'll just put it over here. So if they come back in there, that's fine. But yeah, let's get those yards ready for fall. Put in work. The days are cooler, and you can probably, get out here and do some work without falling to your death from heat exhaustion at this point. So I do hope you like this video. I do hope you like this garden tour. I hope I've motivated somebody to get out there and plant a seed, plant a seed, plant a seed. Thank you so much for watching. We'll check back on this in our November update. Everything I may bring you when I do the salad bar, and on our November update, everything should be sprouted at that point. So we'll see how this does. Fingers crossed. And I do thank you for watching. You have a great day. Plant a seed, plant a seed, plant a seed. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.